Hey girls, it's your auntie. Um, Here to do ambitions. I know y'all looking for me. I'm with my family. We're out of town, and I've been babysitting some 90 some year old people. So do excuse the latency, because girl, I have a life. I have a life outside of YouTube, and this is what it is. Do y'all see this blonde streak that I just cannot get to? Like, girl, be browner, because it looks like a bald spot. It looks like I don't have any hair, but it's just blonde. It's on both sides. Anywho, this is ambitions. Let me find my notes. Here we go. Amara calls Damian Collins and asks him to go back to Africa, go back to Birmingham. We don't want you here. You're ruining my life. Go home. And he says, I assure you, I mean you wouldn't take us no harm. But we already know he does. We already know what his plan is. Well, we don't know the exact plan, but I still have. There's not even a bump there. It's just like a dark mark now. And it looks like a dimple. I hate it. Anyway, he says he assures them that he means them no harm, and he walks off, and there's sinister music playing like we supposed to not know that what we already know, which is that he coming to kill, steal, and destroy like the devil. Peters, the white man that Stephanie Carlisle Lancaster, also known as legendary Blacktress, the man she slept with, the white man, the client, he's annoying. He's aggravating. He's on my nerves. And if y'all hear the fan in the background, I'm so sorry. It's a hotel, and it's a hotel air conditioner, and you know how they be loud, girl. They loud. But he's annoying, and he's giving, sexual. It was sexual. I don't need to see my auntie, legendary Blacktress Robin Givens, in a sexual way. I don't have to see it. But they do sexual things in the office, and I just didn't need it personally. Let's see. Yeah, legendary Blacktress Robin Givens, Stephanie Carlisle Lancaster, tells Peters that she needs him to keep his nose clean because he's seen as a thug around the city, the state, or whatever. And, we need him not to be seen as a thug. And I'm like, are you his lawyer, or are you his public relations person? Like, girl, you're not his personal lawyer. You're the lawyer for the business. So I didn't understand what any of that had to do with you, but whatever. But they have, the sexual scene, which for me felt pretty sexual assaultish. It felt very rapey. Very rapey. I didn't care for that. In the meantime, football player boyfriend pops over to stylist Heifer's house. And she says she'll take care of him because he's so beat up. Oh, the poor thing. I'm like, he really didn't look that beat up. He had a couple bruises. Hold on, room service. Girl, it has been 200. Dang, I don't have my other phone. Shoot. And I can't stand up because I ain't got on no pants. And y'all gonna see the truth. The truth is what I call my butt. Hold on. Okay, it has been 600 days after. It's literally been 3 days since I started this video. I tried to do the video. I tried to do a couple of videos, and we have been ripping and running with my great-grandparents. Excuse my hair, and honey, excuse the eyeshadow. It looks a lot prettier in person, but anyway, let me find where I was on this ambitions review and get this over with. Ain't no need for me to be stretching this video out like this. Ain't no need. Where did I leave off? Oh, football player boyfriend is at stylist Heifer's, and she says she's gonna take care of him. I don't care. Amara tries to tell her boss about the affair. So she tells her boss, hey boss, why is Damian Collins on my cases? And she's like, oh, because he said y'all work together, blah, blah, blah. Y'all worked well, and did all this. Is there a reason he shouldn't be? And she's like, yes, there is. And she's like, well, what's the reason? And Amara's getting ready to say, well, she actually says there was an incident back in Birmingham. And as soon as she's getting ready to tell the rest of it, Damian Collins bursts into her office giving, we worked very well together, and we solved and broke records and do. And I'm like, that's not what an incident is, Damian Collins. So it looked like you lying. But whatever, white lady boss was like, okay, well, I'm going to let you two handle this, and I'm going to go away. Because, black people having confrontations make me nervous. That's kind of the energy she was giving. Rondell made a cake. She got a little icing on her finger. She licked her, or councilman came in and licked her finger. And we didn't see a hand sanitize. We didn't see a hand wash. We didn't hear her say, hey, stop. You know, that's not, I'm touching people's food. Don't do that. You know, all of that. I didn't see her say none of that. Excuse this ghetto tape right here. I know y'all see it. My fan was going, it's real hot. And this is a very light picture frame. And it was moving and rattling in my sleep and waking me up. And I said, no more. No more, like 3LW. No more. Oh. Got a text message. Anyway, Rondell, y'all be in Thelma's, this restaurant, rubbing feet, licking fingers, just doing all sorts of disgusting things around this food, and I want you to stop. I want you to stop. Moving along, he invites her, he being councilman, invites her to the function. The function is basically Larsa Pippen, the sorority sister Larsa Pippen. She's having a function, and councilman is invited, and he's gonna bring her, and you know, she don't want to be in there with all them rooty tooty snooty people, but she's gonna be in there anyway. And anywho, yeah, moving along. Titus asks Amara, he's at work, he's at home, and she comes home and he's typing on his computer, did you see him at work today? And I'm like, Titus, you seem very, you know, very, you know, that. Yeah, very. I just didn't care for it. Did you see him at work? Like, girl, yes, she saw him at work today. They work in the same building. The same building. Stop that. Stop that. He asks her to quit her job. And I'm like, y'all got to put Deja through boarding school. Y'all cannot be out here quitting jobs, moving jobs. You know, when you change jobs, they be messing up your money. You change jobs and your check be super duper late. It was supposed to be here on the 5th, and Lord, now it's the 11th, 12th, and it ain't here yet. Like, girl, don't do that. Don't you want her to change jobs? Why don't you just kill Damian Collins and save us all the time? You putting all this pressure on her. It's on my nerves. It was really on my nerves. It really was. But he says if she doesn't handle it, he's gonna handle it. And I'm just like, well, handle it then. Dang, leave me alone. Leave me alone about Damian Collins. Me and Amara, leave us alone. Little Richard Lancaster calls down to football player boyfriend's job and gets him fired, implies he's on drugs. And I'm just like, girl, I'm sure you in there doing popples and snorting and carrying on the way you act. Whatever. Mr. Peters, white man Peters, pops in on Little Richard Lancaster, and they're having a conversation, and he's telling Peters, you know, to leave Thelma's alone. And then Stephanie pops in and she's telling him that, you know, we gonna try to get Thelma's. And it's like, Peters is like, I'm having 2 different conversations with 2 of the family, 2 members of the family. What's the truth? As Oprah said to Lindsay Lohan. So what is the truth? And he goes on about his day, because really he don't matter. Peters really does not matter. And I could not care. But Little Richard Lancaster wants Stephanie to leave Thelma's alone. Leave Thelma's alone. He tells both Peters and Stephanie, y'all leave Thelma's alone. My mama restaurant. Leave it alone. Anyway, Little Richard says something to Stephanie about that time she pulled a gun on him, and I'm like, girl, that was 5 episodes ago. Ain't nobody got time to be rehashing 5 episodes back. Nobody. No one. In the meantime, Stylist Heifer is still styling legendary Blacktress Robin Givens Stephanie Carlisle Lancaster. And I'm just like, is this a keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer type of thing? Or, but anyway, she's styling her for this function, and Stephanie, Stylist Heifer asked Stephanie, can I come to the function, to the event? And Stephanie's like, no, you sure can't, but thank you for asking. And now Bella, Stylist Heifer, is all in her feelings. And it's like, girl, you're just not that girl. You're not the girl. You walk around here trying to get in with the Carlisle Lancasters and try to have them put your stuff in the airports and have you pop up at the functions and do. Apparently, sis, you're just not that girl. Okay? Apparently, you're not. Like, sew them little dresses, send them to the people, be glad that they're wearing your ensembles, you know, on the mayor stage and you know, doing their speeches and carrying on, and leave it alone. Period. Anywho, Amara is digging for Damian Collins's information, and she's also digging for Little Richard Lancaster's information as well, and she's gonna ask football player boyfriend about Little Richard Lancaster, because we all know football player boyfriend got on national TV, the national local TV, and told the world, the local world, that Mayor Evan Little Richard Lancaster is a pervert, basically. So Amara's like, oh, he might have some tea about, you know, Evan Lancaster. So I have to go ask him, you know, he looks like he might know some information. I'm like, he really don't, but okay. In the meantime, Larsa Pippen, sorority sister, aka, comes, because you know they're AKAs, you know they are. You just know it. Like, Amara has Delta energy, but Stephanie and Larsa Pippen, whatever her name was, it Glow? What was her name? Magdalene? Whatever, Larsa Pippen. They have AKA energy all day long. And honestly, Amara has a little bit of AKA, you know, appearance with that old synthetic. let me not drag nobody. Let me leave folks alone. But anywho, Larsa Pippen, AKA, pops in on Stephanie Carlisle Lancaster and says, hey sis, I'm uninviting you to the from the function. And Stephanie Carlisle Lancaster says, no, you're not gonna disinvite us from your funky little function. Me and my daughter gonna come through, and you know, your tired old late function, and we're gonna give it a little life, a little fever. Me and my daughter Carlisle Lancaster. Her name is probably like Carlisle Lancaster, to be quite honest, because Stephanie wants to please her daddy so much. I just cannot imagine she did not name her daughter Carlisle Lancaster. Like, I can't imagine she did. I really don't think that Evan is her daddy, though. I really don't. I don't. Anywho, we see Little Richard getting, you know, his BDSM on. You know, he in there tied up. Quaves, Sister Quaves got the electric volt, honey, and it's bzz, buzzing him, girl, and she getting ready to buzz him where the sun don't shine, all on his genitalia. He like, wait a minute now, wait, we do a lot in here, but wait a minute. And somehow that turned into an argument where he said if he wanted to be nagged or something, he would go back to his wife, or if he wanted to talk, he would go back to his wife. And she said if she wanted to something, she would go back to her husband. And he said, well, why don't you go back to your husband? And she say, I will. And then she put the ball gag in his mouth and just leave him there. And next thing we know, he was untied. I said, is he Houdini? The man is Houdini, because he rolled up in Stylist Heifer's home. I don't know how much longer it was, you know, how much later it was that he arrived, but he arrived. Anywho, at the gala, Amara is there and she sees Mrs. Carlisle. And Mrs. Carlisle says, you know, she says, hey, Mrs. Carlisle, it's been so long, you know, Nita Baker, been so long. And they hug and, hey, girl, how you been? And Mrs. Carlisle says, it's been, you know, a long time. And also a long time ago, you stole my daughter, man. So to give my regards to Titus. And she just kind of walks off. Girl, I'm just a shiny. There, get some of that shine off of there. And she walks off. And Amara's like, oof, like mother, like daughter. And I'm like, oh, if only you knew. Try to get a little Patty in my throat, but I don't have Patty vocals. Rondell is also here in this one-shouldered silver. She looked like Dorothy's slippers in The Wiz. It looked like when Richard Pryor spoke into the microphone and said, bring me the girl with the silver slippers, and the camera panned down to Dorothy's feet. It looked like Rondell would have just been sitting there like, hey, it's me, the silver slipper. Like, it just didn't come together for me. And I hate Rondell's hair. I hate it. It's far too dense there. It's way. First of all, anybody told you to crochet that much hair in the girl hair? You know, it's heavy. She be lean. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's too much. It doesn't look natural, as my grandma would say. It's just, Rondell's hair doesn't speak to me. It doesn't speak to me. And y'all might be saying, well, your eyeshadow don't speak to us, so who are you? I don't know. I don't know. Y'all might say, this little sprig of hair you got sitting up right here is just a mess. And I would say, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But that's what happens when I try to straighten my hair. It's in a little bun back here. I ain't giving you, you know, bald head Keisha. Whoever Keisha may be. I don't know. I got a cousin named Keisha B. She got hair, I think. I don't know if I've ever seen my cousin Keisha's real hair. It don't matter. She got enough hair to put weave in. Let's see. The lesbians. This part got interesting because we see white lady and her daughter, white gay heifer. And we see legendary Black actress Robin Givens, Stephanie Carlisle Lancaster, and her daughter Carly Carlisle Lancaster. And they meet up and they square off, and it's giving you a little bit of West Side Story, like they was maybe finna start snapping and, you know, singing or whatever. They meet up and they shade each other, you know, hey, big nose, hey, ugly, you know, very, Sanford and Son. But anywho, Aunt Esther and Daddy. That is not my daddy, Fred. Girl, I almost thought I was Lamont. Anywho, I may very well be Lamont. I may be. I'll get back to y'all. I'll let you know if I'm Lamont or not. But, anywho, they meet up and they're giving fever and shade, you know, the older women. And the lesbians are, like I told y'all, looking at each other, stealing glances, giving... you know, a little bit of that. And it's like, can nobody in here look at these heifers and realize they sleeping together? Like, I mean, the mamas are giving, I hate you and you hate me. And the lesbians are like, let's, you want to the bathroom? And it's just like, girl, so obvious. Anywho, Amara's wig. Amara, your wig. It was so synthetic looking at this gala, at this function, at this ball, at this meeting. I was like, no ma'am. No ma'am, Miss Amara. That's just, it don't come together. It don't come together. What were you doing? Why? I didn't love it. Football Boyfriend reveals the footage that he recorded on his watch. This show loves to reveal stuff that we already know. Excuse me, honey, I got to get over here. The show loves to reveal things that we are already privy to. We saw the man press the button on the watch. We knew he was about to start recording. I got to get this. Got to get this over here, honey. I've been wearing it. Y'all know I don't really do. What is that? Feel like someone's on my hand. What is this? Is something on me? Jesus, get thee behind. Is it my nerves in my hand? What is going on? Anyway. But yeah, the show like tried to reveal that he had footage. And it's like, we know. We know. We're aware. Is that a scab? What is that? Gel? I don't know. Y'all don't know either. I don't know why I'm asking like you can tell. But yeah, girl, it's gel. It's gel. Get off, girl. Anyway, Stylist Heifer wants her to take the show the footage to Evan. He will pay. And Football Playing Boyfriend is like, no, we're gonna show it on my show, and the world will know he's trash. He's a piece of trash. And then he gets the phone call that the show is canceled. And it's just like, or not the show is canceled, but he's fired. And it's just like, girl, you have other options. There are other places you can go to upload this footage. There are places. I know a place. And he even says, well, maybe I'll upload it to YouTube. It's like, girl, yeah. Or you could take it to the news. Take it to the news. It is not no thing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Take it down to the news station. Have them show the girls. And the girls will be shocked when they see you. Like, anywho. They act like it's hard to expose somebody. Folks get exposed every day. Every day. Every day. Anywho. Let's see, where am I? So, white lesbian, back at the gala. White lesbian is giving would you rathers with Carlisle Lancaster. They at the bar and it's, would you rather do her or her? And one of the women looked like it was Quaves. Miss Quave's the BDSM queen, and the other woman was Rondell. And she was like, would you rather her or that sexy curvy woman over there? And I was like, all right, Rondell, you better pull them. And Carly was like, well, okay, that's my aunt. So definitely not her. And I was like, you don't know the mayor's sister? You don't know the mayor's sister. See, you overcompensating for actually knowing who she is and all about her by pretending like you don't know who she is and all about her. And I just really don't. I don't see. It makes me suspicious. Suspicious. Let's see. And then we see Carly walks away, and we see her mama, who I'm calling White Matron Lady. White Matron Lady walks over to White Gay Heifer and says, keep working, Carly, and get all the information we need. And I'm like, girl. So what's going to happen is Carly going to find out that she was working her. But somehow White Gay Heifer has fallen in love. And at first I was, doing it for my family. But now I love you for real, Monique. I love us for real. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that storyline. I was playing games with your heart at first, but I really do love you now. I really do. Keep it. Keep it. Let's see. Granny Carlisle, we find out, is also from the Banks. Because Rondell told us. Rondell just going around telling everybody who from the Banks. Like, yes, she's from the Banks, and she's from the Banks, and I am from the Banks, and Thelma is from the Banks, and Mayor Evan, Little Richard Lancaster is from the Banks. Girl, we all over here from the Banks doing the Bankhead bounce. Like, honey, it's not in Bankhead, but it's the Banks, and it's close enough. It's close enough. Anywho, in the meantime, girl, the lesbians have snuck off to the bathroom because you remember they was giving you this. And so they snuck off to the bathroom. They kissing and touching and feeling and all the things that heifers do in the bathroom, girl. I don't know, because the public bathroom is not the place where I do sexy things or bathroom things. I try not to use public bathrooms unless I absolutely have to, because they're disgusting. They are disgusting. But they in there making out, kissing all up against the walls and carrying on. I'm like, you don't know who don't wipe their boogers on these walls. You don't know what is on these walls. Now, in the meantime, while they in there kissing and smacking and Stephanie has on this white dress that Silas Heifer made for her, and Larsa Pippen, aka, bumps into her on accident, and I didn't see you there, and spills her red wine on Stephanie Carlisle Lancaster's dress. And she's like, oh, I would hate for you to have to go home. And Stephanie Carlisle Lancaster is like, oh, I'm gonna go to this bathroom. We're gonna figure this out. So she goes in the bathroom, and now everybody in the bathroom. Now everybody's in the bathroom. Now, what is strange to me is when I'm in the bathroom, I always hear the door open and know that someone has walked in or walked out. I've had to, unfortunately, use a public restroom today. It was clean. It was, it was a restaurant restroom, and, usually they kind of fare better. My family and I were on our way home from our trip, and I had to use the bathroom and change clothes. I had to get out of my church clothes, honey. It was, honey, the outfit, girl, I had sweated, child. We didn't shout enough. Quiet as was kept. I skipped church and went on a light date in the middle of service. I met a boy at church today, and we went for soda. Like, girl. Anywho, I don't like this pimple right here because it makes me look like I have like extra dark something going on. I'm not living for it. I got to wash my face in a second. Anywho, girl, it don't matter. And if you're wondering, I just used grapeseed oil to get my makeup off, and it has a little bit of peppermint oil in it because I had a little bit left over, and I just dropped a couple drops in there. Wasn't no thing. So that's what I just used to get my the majority of my makeup off. And then I'm gonna go in with some Noxzema. I'm probably gonna use my spin brush. I let the Noxzema sit for 5, 10, 15 minutes depending, and then I use my spin brush and get it all spun, honey, and some warm water, open them pores, get it all wrenched out, as my grandma says. And then every now and then, if my pores are like large, usually they're not, I'll do a splash of cold water on my face. But my hair's straight right now, so it would have to be a dab of cold water. A dab. Anywho, that's my my get your makeup off routine. And then I'll go in with some witch hazel when after my face is, you know, cleaned and dried. And grease, skin therapy oil by Palmer's, or olive oil is what I usually do upon the evening. Anywho, girl, I have been here all day. Let me see. Yeah, the girl spilled the wine, and so now they're in the bathroom. I was telling y'all about how I was in the bathroom today, and the door opened, and I peeked through the little crack in the stall and saw that my grandmother had also come into the bathroom to wash her hands before she ate. And I said, "Hey, girl," and she said, "Hey, girl," and you know, I asked her to get me a lemonade, and she said okay, and went on back to the table. Like, if I'm in a bathroom and the door open, I'm just gonna know who's in there. I've got to know that somebody's in there, or that somebody has left. Or maybe some kids playing with the door. I don't know, but I need to be aware of what's going on. The bathroom is too vulnerable a place for you not to be aware. So the door done opened, and Carly and white gay heifer in there making out, and they ain't heard a thing. I'm just like, y'all didn't hear the door open, y'all didn't hear the water running, y'all didn't hear the paper towel dispensing, like. But they come out the bathroom stall and they still kissing and hands all over each other and giggling and carrying on. Stephanie is at the sink trying to get the wine off her dress, and they turn and they meet each other's eyes, and it's just, Mom, Mrs. Carlisle Lancaster, Carly, white gay, you know. Like, I really realized in this episode, the way they have Robin Givens' character is so over dramatic. Everything she says is just very over dramatic, melodramatic, and over the top, and I absolutely could not possibly. And again, like I said, she has no dimension. They showed a little bit of dimension this week, but she's just evil all the time. Anyway, so Stephanie Carlisle Lancaster tells her daughter Carly Carlisle to let's have a chit chat, and white gay heifer's like, "Let me explain." And Stephanie is like, "I need a moment with my daughter. Leave." And, you know, white gay heifer leaves. And Carly's like, you know, at some point Carly said, "It's not what it looks like." And it's like, what is it, sis? Y'all just came out the bathroom stall kissing on the mouth. What is it? If it's not what it looks like, what could it be? I would have asked her for the explanation. Tell me what happened. What is going on? I can't wait for my children to say something crazy like it's not what it looks like. Okay, so what is it? I'm listening. Wait, let me pop some popcorn. I'm so interested. What? Like, girl, I saw your lips on her lips. What could it be? I would love to hear the lie. I really would. Stephanie gives, you know, "I don't care if this is a phase or if you're bisexual or gay. I don't care. You just can't like that girl." And Carly is, you know, "Mom, we're in love." And I'm like, does white gay heifer know y'all in love? Do she know y'all in love? Did you call her and tell her that y'all was in love, or is it just you that might be in love, or you might be in lust? Like, girl, have you really sifted through your feelings? Come sit next to Auntie. Let's talk about it. Let's sift through these feelings. Are you in love? Are you sure? And Stephanie is very adamant. Whatever, girl, be gay. Fine. Don't be gay with her though. Not that heifer. You don't know what their family has done to people. And I'm like, this is where we got a little bit of dimension. When it comes to Stephanie, it's like you could feel maybe that something had happened prior, as far as, like, I mean, I know her sister was killed with the opioids, but it felt deeper to me, like maybe her sister died and something else happened. But I mean, your sister dying, I mean, overdosing. Did I say killed? She overdosed, but your sister passing away it can be pretty traumatic. It really can. So maybe that's it, but you felt a little bit of her depth in that moment. And Carly just loves her. She just loves her. So it really don't matter. Stephanie comes out the bathroom, walks up to white gay heifer and says, "Stay away from my daughter." Loud, just loud. Girl, we're trying to keep this between, shh. We're trying to keep this between us. This is a secret. This is a secret. You can't be out here hollering all that, girl. Shh. This is why I don't tell my mama my business today, because she be out here just, "My daughter made straight A's." It's like, girl, I have a reputation to uphold. I don't want the girls knowing I learned. Shh. Hush. But anywho, I think white gay heifer, I don't know her name, said something along the lines of, I'm not gonna leave your daughter. No, she said, you're just mad that I have given your daughter more orgasms than your husband has given you in the last however many numerical days, years, months. I don't know what she said, girl, but I was just like, I don't tell my mother my mother about my orgasms. No, shh, that's a secret too. That is a secret as well. Keep your mouth shh. Shh. Be quiet. Be very quiet. Be very quiet. Be very shh. Shh. Everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. Shh. You know, everybody shut up. Everyone, shut your mouth. But then Stephanie rears back, honey. She rears back and slaps white gay heifer across the face. And Carly pops up, Mom, you slapped her. And white gay heifer, oh my gosh, she slapped me. And white gay heifer's mother, white matron, is giving, you slapped her. I'm pressing charges. And Stephanie's like, let's all calm down. I'm like, girl, you was the one that was hype. Now we gotta all calm down. Stephanie, you are a piece of work. Anywho, I didn't understand why we was slapping. I didn't understand, like, why you slap her? Because they looked at each other, like they had a moment where they was looking at each other and giving each other fever, and then she just slapped her. And I was like, girl, you was black, she's white, you can't do that. You can't do that. Anyway, girl, so she done slapped her, and now the mama said she gonna press charges. But then white gay heifer, you know, because she looking at Stephanie, and Stephanie looking at her, she hold her cheek, and they looking at each other, and white gay heifer is just like, no, she's right. Let's all calm down. And then everything gets real, you know, spooky. Very spooky. Now in the meantime, we find out the football boyfriend is fired. And then we swoop back to the gala and we see a drink. Now this drink looked like iced tea with like a twig in it, celery in it. I was like, what kind of drink is it? It was in a big cup, like a large cup. Like, but it was super dark. It looked like oversteeped iced tea with a piece of celery or a piece of mint or thyme or something. If something green was sticking out of it, and I was just like, what is that? What is it? That ain't a Manhattan. And the waiter brings over the drink. Now, I didn't see nobody slip nothing in it, but I was taking notes at the time. So maybe somebody dropped just boop boop, couple drops in it, you know, boop boop boop, boop 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 boop, couple pills, couple, you know, flour dust, you know, PCP. I don't know. I ain't never drugged nobody. But you see this drink coming over to her table, and she's like, "Thank you, I really need this," or something. And she takes a drink, and you see Rondell and Amara over there. And can I be honest, Amara makes Rondell a little more interesting. I can do their friendship. Can we see them go get pedicures or get their feet rubbed somewhere outside the restaurant? Go get something to eat somewhere outside the restaurant. Listen to the blues somewhere outside the restaurant. Can we see them hang out? So we see Amara and Rondell over there, and they looking. We see Larsa Pippen, aka and she looking. We see the white heifers, you know, white gay heifer and white mama, white matron, they looking. And the music is all, you know, like something finna go on. And it's like, ooh, is she being poisoned? And they get on home, and Stephanie is still trying to tell Carly, girl, I do not care, you know, with whom your genitals meet. I don't care, long as it ain't that heifer, any other body, anybody else. Not that heifer, not white gay heifer, period. And Carly's like, but I love her. And Stephanie's like, as long as you living under my roof, girl, like, what? As long as you living here, like, you can't be with her, like, period. Like, girl. In the meantime, I forgot to mention that Damian Collins got all this recording equipment, and he watching Amara and Titus, and Titus got on my nerves because when Amara got back from the gala, Titus was just like, hey, how's it going? I just love you so much. And I'm like, all this flip-flopping. And at some point in the episode, he was like, I just want you all to myself. And Amara's like, girl, you got me. Oh, you get on my nerves. Like, Titus just, the flip-flop, I don't know if they got two different people writing for Titus in the writer's room. Like, I don't know, but I don't like it. In the words of Young Miami, I don't like that. Anywho, Stylist Helfer had done went over to had little Richard Lancaster over to the house, and this is where I say, how did he get out of his bondage? He had the ball gag in his mouth, and his hands was tied up, and his feet was tied up. Like, how? But he pops over to what's her name, Stylist Helfer's house, and she had told him that their son needed something, and he came over, and then it turns out that the son wasn't even there. And I'm like, girl, you could have just texted him and said, I have video footage of you beating up my boyfriend, and I demand so and so amount of money. You didn't have to have him come over to the house. Like, one day he gonna come over to the house and like snap your neck, and then what? You dead. But she asked for $750,000, and the airport concession. And I'm like, girl, nobody wants you in the airport. You should have asked for $1 million, and that's it. Because, girl, ain't nobody gonna buy your prom dresses at this airport. Nobody. She says something along the lines of, if you don't, because he's like, you're bluffing, you're not gonna do it because it's all gonna come back to you. And she's like, this is a Me Too world, baby, and you were the much older man taking advantage of the much younger me, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, she don't really look that much younger than him, but okay. if that's your flex, that's your flex. Rondell and Councilman back at Thelma's kissing and rubbing feet over the food. I never. Can y'all stop? Can y'all be at somebody's house, hotel room, out in the parking lot? Something. This ain't working for me. It's not. Let's see. So anyway, back to Stephanie and Carlisle Lancaster. If you living under my roof, you cannot be with that girl. And so now, naturally, Carlisle, I don't know why, on TV, because in real life, if somebody said that, the child would just be like, I'm just gonna sneak. But on TV, anytime a parent says, well, you can't do that if you're living under my roof, the child just be like, oh, I'm gonna live with my daddy, or something. Like, the child is like, well, I don't live under your roof anymore, mother, father, or whatever, and they just storm off. That's what Carlisle Lancaster did. She's like, well, I guess I don't live under your roof anymore, and she walks out the door. Stephanie's like, Carly, come back here. You hear the door slam, signaling that Carlisle Lancaster has exited the room, the building, the home, and then you see Stephanie hit the floor. Next thing you know, Shawty got low. The baggy sweatpants and the Reeboks with the strap. She turned around and gave that big booty a slap. Hey, she hit the floor. Next thing you know, Shawty got low. What is wrong with me? I wrote it because when she hit the floor, the first thing I thought of was that song. And I wrote it on my notes here. And I was like, when I do the video, that's not going to be as funny. But it's still funny. Anyway, girl, that's how the episode went off. Like, girl, she hit the floor. So she ain't going to die because, girl, I ain't never seen Robin Givens die in anything. But, she probably going to be in the hospital or something. And we going to try to figure out who done it. Honestly, it was probably none of the people they showed. It probably wasn't the white heifers. It probably wasn't the AKA heifer. It might was Rondell. It might was, but I doubt it. It probably wasn't Amara, even though that would be delicious. But Amara doesn't have enough reason to poison her because I don't think she knows that Stephanie brought Damien back into her life. Now, if she knew that, I would say, well, she has reason to poison her, but I don't think she knows that. I'm thinking, now y'all know I get obscure sometimes. I'm thinking that it was Stephanie's mother, Mrs. Carlisle, that poisoned Stephanie. Can't y'all see her mama poisoning her and then saying, the Purefoys, I can't pronounce it, the white heifers are so dangerous and so trifling that they poisoned both of my daughters and one of them didn't make it, but thank God Stephanie lived. Can't you see it? I can see it. I see it clear as day. Might have even been Evan that poisoned her, but I really am leaning toward that mama. That's what I would do if I was writing the show. It was the mama. Because the mama has already shown little bits of do dirt niggery. She's shown that she can be a do dirt nigger. Oh, I can't say that. You can't say nothing on YouTube no more. She's shown that she can be a do dirt heifer. So I feel like it's the mama. May not be, probably ain't. but I feel like it's that mama. Anyway, we gonna, you know, watch as the season progresses, try to figure out who done poisoned her. And might have even been Stylist Heifer, girl. Who knows? Because Stylist Heifer wouldn't, you know, couldn't get into the function. It could be anybody because Stephanie's so mean. Mike was Peters. Could have been Peters. We don't know. Maybe it was a random secretary. It might have been Carly herself. I doubt it because Carly's a little weak, but honey, it could be anybody. But I really want it to be that mama. I really do. I really do. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and all the things that YouTube is saying. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.